If you're a writer who's stuck on your story, I have a solution that can help get you unblocked that's also really good for you as a person, as an author, as somebody functioning in today's world, and that is to go to your local park, go on a walk on some of those nature trails, and talk out your book. You're walking and you're talking. There's a couple of different ways to do this, but the beauty is that you're discussing this out loud with yourself so that you can bounce ideas and ask yourself questions. But you're not surrounded by people. Nobody's going to be looking at you, because when you go to a park, you're going to have long periods of time when nobody is there. And you can either stop talking when somebody walks by, or you can just keep going. And the best part is, if you take your dog with you, you can talk this out with your dog. Your dog is not going to judge you. Your dog is not going to cause problems. Your dog is not going to answer back, but you're going to be able to have that discussion with them. And then if people see you talking to yourself out loud, they're going to assume you're talking to your dog. So this is the best of all of these worlds, when you can go to the park and go for a walk and really talk things out. Being out in nature, being in sunshine, being in the fresh air is going to trigger different parts of your brain. It's going to help you to talk things out and really work out where your issues are going to be. So you can have this discussion, and you can take notes on your phone, you can record little voice memos, or you can just remember it as you go. But the goal is to figure out what's holding you back, what the problem is, and then talk out different options for how to get around or make different paths through your story to get to that next section so that you can move forward with this. And being out in public gets you away from your writing space, away from your house, away from the distractions and the things that are currently holding you back, into a new situation that keeps you creative on top of what you are doing and gives you the freedom to have those conversations without being judged. Now, like I said, bringing your dog is a great way to do this. If you want, you can bring a friend if you're comfortable having those conversations with friends, because if you have a person with you, they can potentially help bounce ideas and come up with, areas that you can be working on or things that you can try. So if you've got a buddy you trust for this, by all means do that. It's probably safer to have other people walking with you, but that's entirely up to you. Taking your dog means that you've got your dog with you. That's another element of safety, but it gives you somebody to have a conversation with, and you can talk with your dog as you go. It doesn't just have to be a walk and talk about your book, but you can chit chat with your puppy as you are walking. Now, bonus points. If you don't have a dog, go to a local shelter. They typically allow you to take dogs for walks nearby. When I was growing up, I had a shelter that was not too far away from me, and we used to go and walk the dogs to help them out. And they would just let us walk up and down the road or in the area, and we wouldn't run into people. It wasn't necessarily a park, but it was on streets, on areas that were not too crowded. And so you can go and walk another dog, do good, do help for this shelter and for these dogs. You can get the benefits of being with this dog and not have to own that dog. So you have options for this one. I do highly recommend taking a dog as you are walking, as you're talking, as you're going through it, because they understand, because they're going to give us their attention, because we're going to be able to do these things without fear or frustration or the fear of judgment. And we're going to be able to figure out where we were going with the story that we were telling. And that helps get us unblocked, because we're doing all these things, because we're in motion, because we're moving, because we're doing good for the community, because we're having fun, and because we have somebody else to talk to that's not going to talk back. So let me know what you think about this. Have you done this before? This is a great way that I have been able to talk out what I'm doing inside of my books, and something that you can do as well. Think of how you can do this in your neighborhood, in a park, in a local area, or again, go visit a shelter and just do a little bit of good while you're also benefiting from it by getting yourself unblocked inside of your writing. And follow along for more ideas on how you can level up in your author life to save you time, effort, and stress, and help you navigate the world of writing, publishing, and marketing so that you can live your best author life ever. We'll see you in tomorrow's episode.